My name is Kripi. I'm a psychologist, psychotherapist, and a mental health advocate. I started TATVA about 10 years ago, and as soon as we started the project, we were really interested in how to make nightlife equal for everybody. During that time, we realized that there wasn't really a lot going on to make sure that people were having a good time. On one hand, you have these amazing community social experiences where people come together, enjoy time with one another, and against the stark reality of women not feeling safe when they go back home or having to be chaperoned everywhere, LGBTQI people feeling unsafe. So it was a given that if it's going to be anything to do with nightlife, it's going to have to be accessible for everyone. A lot of the challenges, I think, that from a nightlife perspective are international, but there are some that are India specific in the sense that, we have a very hierarchical system. So what has been really good to see is when we do end up doing trainings for F&B staff or door security, people who would have been traditionally excluded from the conversation, the response has been really heartwarming because they really are willing to challenge the views that they have, as long as they feel that they are part of the conversation too, without whom we would not really be able to claim any sort of safety in nightlife. So it has an intersectional element in that we're able to be more inclusive. The world going towards a point where we had thought that we were progressing, which means that we were acknowledging that the world needed to become a more inclusive place. But as so many governments and countries are going through, it seems like we cannot take anything for granted. And so it seems even more important than ever right now to make sure that anyone who makes a business out of nightlife understands the ethical value of actually doing the work. I mean, we've given up a few times because the resistance is quite strong towards this, or there's a lot of lip service of this is a great idea, but not really wanting to change the way that things are done. But then we remember, I still get calls from collaborators talking about how someone with influence and power within the music space has hurt somebody or taken advantage of their position. And all of a sudden, it just comes back to why this is so important to do, to hold people accountable, for people to understand how power impacts safety, also to kind of counter rape culture and move towards a consent-based culture. And I used to think that you needed a lot of people to be on board and everyone to say, this is exactly what we need. But I think we realized that a few good people wanting to do similar things is more powerful than a bunch of people just agreeing for agreeing's sake.